You're watching Channel 13, KTRK TV, Houston. Good morning, Texas. This is Eyewitness News at 7 a.m. with Tom Cook. Don Nelson's traffic reports. And Doug Brown's weather. Now, Eyewitness News.
Topping our news this morning, a Texas racing official and his family are found shot to death in their Central Texas home. And the parents of some Austin Senior High School students are upset over an HISD report. Good morning, I'm Tom Cook. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment. But first, let's go to Don Nelson for a look at the traffic on this Tuesday. And it is a good day in traffic, most places, right, Don?
Not bad at all, Tom. In fact, nothing to report except one major accident just in, and that is Alameda, just south of the South Loop. Major accident, overturned vehicle, and they're just working on that now. It may be there a while. Otherwise, looks good, and we'll check it in later on, Tom.
Thank you, Don. After a great-looking Monday, let's find out if Tuesday shapes up that way. Frank,
Wish I could say so, Tom. The clouds rolling in. That means the chance of rain will follow. So dress yourself and your kids for the possibility of a few showers. We'll have more in our weather segment, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Frank. And now the news. Was it a brutal murder or a domestic dispute turned tragic? That's what the Texas Rangers are investigating this morning south of Austin as they look into the death of a prominent state official and his family. As Wayne Dolcefino reports, authorities are trying to determine if the death of David Joost is connected with his position at the Texas Racing Commission.
When 41-year-old David Yost failed to show up at a meeting of the Texas Racing Commission Monday morning, colleagues knew something was wrong, but no one expected to find what Hays County lawmen did when they arrived at Yost's home south of Austin. The entire family shot to death. Yost, his wife, and two small children.
The mother and the daughter were in bed in the master bedroom. The young boy was in a bedroom in bed. The father was, I believe, in the hallway, wasn't he? Close to a bathroom. They all appear to have died from gunshot wounds.
Neighbors in this rural Hays County neighborhood were in shock.
Just could not believe it. You read about things like this, but you just don't believe that they happen in your own backyard.
A gun was found in the home, but if authorities knew for sure what happened inside, they were not saying. Was it a murder-suicide, or simply 4 brutal murders? And was there a connection to Yost's job? In December, he was named administrator of the controversial Texas Racing Commission. Autopsies will be performed on the dead family members at 9 o'clock Tuesday morning back in Austin. Only then, authorities say, will they know for sure what went wrong in this normally quiet Hays County neighborhood. Wayne Dolcefino, 13 Eyewitness News, Buda.
While the Racing Commission grapples with the death of Yost, it's also trying to decide whether to shut down the state's first horse racing track because of financial improprieties. The commission heard the results of an audit performed on G. Raleigh White Downs in Brady. The commission instructed its staff to investigate problems involving missing money and sloppy record keeping. They also discussed the possibility of revoking the track's license. The track has been plagued with financial troubles which delayed the spring reopening. An emergency meeting will be held later this month to deal with the problems at Brady. Now we come back home and take another look at the traffic this morning. Here's Don.
All right, Tom, North Freeway inbound at North Main, debris in right 2 lanes, stacking traffic up beyond Cavalcade. Then it's slow from Little York into the loop, so take you a while getting in on North Freeway. Campbell at Blaylock, signal problems, stop-and-go conditions there. And then a major accident at Alameda just south of the South Loop. Also reminding you it's now in effect that Washburn tunnels will be closed from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. until March 17th. They are putting new cameras in the tunnel, and that'll be going on 7 p.m. till 4 a.m. every day until the 17th of March. They'll have it closed. That's it from Traffic Central. We'll check it again a little bit later on, Tom.
Thank you, Don. The EPA is scheduled to begin testing the soil in a section of southeast Montgomery County this morning. The sampling comes after several bags of asbestos and unlabeled barrels were found alongside a creek. Ben Wilson explains.
Hal Newsom owns 80 acres of land that he has turned into an exotic animal refuge. Peacocks, camels, goats, and deer make this their home. And Newsom and his wife make money by showing them off at petting zoos throughout the year. But the Newsoms are worried because of these unlabeled barrels and these bags marked asbestos they found about 300 yards from their property. They say they called the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department in December, and someone from another department came out in a white truck labeled hazardous materials. But he says the man driving the truck didn't remove anything.
Well, he said we had a problem, and I said, well, what are we going to do about it? And Basically, he said, well, I don't know. I said, why don't we just put it on your truck and you haul it out? And he said, well, I'm not going to put it on my truck.
Newsom says the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department is not to blame because they did send someone out, though a spokesman for the Sheriff's Department says they have no record of the call. But someone did place a yellow tape around these chemicals, and whoever's responsible hasn't cleaned up the mess. Marcia Newsom says she's concerned about her children and the children of others.
Long term, they wouldn't know what that was, and they'd probably poke around in it. But we don't know what it is. We don't know what damage it's doing. But the fact is that it's been there for 2 months. They didn't clean it up.
Officials with the Texas Water Commission say there are 2 other sites that are being handled in a recent rash of hazardous material reports over the last 3 months. But they say they had no knowledge of this site. They said before the week is over, though, they would. Many of the area residents say they get their drinking water from underground wells. Now they figure it's a pretty good idea to have that water tested. Reporting from southeast Montgomery County, Ben Wilson, 13 Eyewitness News.
Toxic chemicals are also concerning residents in the Lexington Woods subdivision in North Harris County. Homeowners believe the Bull chemical site has been the cause of some unique illnesses in their neighborhood. The Patterson family says their son suffered seizures and needed brain surgery. Patty Watson, who lives nearby, also suffered brain seizures. So did the Patterson's dog, who finally died of convulsions. Residents believe at least 17 other dogs have died from the same causes. The Pattersons think it has to do with the Bull chemical site about 4 miles away. The Environmental Protection Agency ordered a cleanup of that site a while back, but authorities won't know if there is a link between the illnesses and the chemical plant until they take samples of the soil and water. The Houston School District has released a report critical of citing the problems that exist at Stephen F. Austin High School. The study came out last week, and that has some parents upset because they haven't been allowed to see the report. Carlos Aguilar has more.
These are pictures of people leaving a by invitation only meeting at a private residence off Kirby and Braeswood in southwest Houston this Sunday night. The gathering was arranged by Houston School Board President Kathy Mintzberg. Present was Felix Fraga, the newest school board member, and about a half dozen prominent and active Hispanics concerned about problems at Austin High School. This is what was discussed, a report that is highly critical of the handling of problems at the East Houston High School. Last October, about 1,000 students walked out protesting conditions they said were long ignored. The report confirmed the students' concerns. Calls to HISD headquarters requesting copies of the report have been met with the information that there were no copies available to the public yet, that there was a printing problem. Deyanira Garcia has a child at Austin High School and thinks parents like her are being ignored.
I think they're hiding something. They really want to hide the problem from the parents of Austin. That's what I think.
It should have been distributed to the students first, or not so much to students, but to our parents, right? Our parents need to know what's happening with us.
Mintzberg says she has nothing to hide. It's just that her contacts don't include Austin High School parents.
I don't know the Austin community intimately, and I'm going to have to depend on the school to pass out reports to the Austin parents.
Mrs. Garcia hopes that copies of the Austin High School report will be made available soon, and she adds that she wouldn't mind if the president of the school board would come out and brief parents about what's in the report. Carlos Aguilar, 13 Eyewitness News.
It's almost 10 minutes after 7. Frank's up next to give us the midweek forecast, and a little later on, jury selection gets underway in the Iran-Contra trial of John Poindexter.
How's this for a guarantee? At Star, we don't just guarantee furniture, we guarantee your happiness. Live with your furniture for up to 7 days. It either looks right in your home, or we'll take it back.
Can you afford not to shop at Star? Star Furniture, Star Furniture.
Remember when every song on the radio was your favorite? 94.5 FM KLDE. The music you grew up with is back. The music that made you feel good then is making you feel good all over again. KLDE, the only FM station that plays all good time only. 94.5 FM KLDE.
March began like a lamb, but
Yeah.
starting into a lion.
And
some places.
particularly for the Rockies, you're going to Colorado? So,
One of these days.
Yeah, yeah, let's go skiing. It's going to be a nice one. Kind of cloudy here today. Catch the sun while you can because the clouds are going to continue to roll in. A nice sunrise, though, if you're looking at it right now. It's kind of pretty. Here's the way it's shaping up. 61 Intercontinental, 63 here. Hobbies at 62. The barometric pressure is rising, but still at 30 inches even. Winds out of the east at 13. The humidity, 93%. Here are the clouds on the satellite picture. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to continue to push our way. You can see a very cloudy state. That's because of this low pressure system and the associated cold front. It is all going to be moving our way. We're getting a lot of Gulf moisture, and the combination of the two will continue to put not only the clouds in the forecast, but the rain showers as well. This low is going to track to the northeast today, and the frontal system will cut Texas right about in half. That will provide enough potential for showers and thunderstorms today, about 30%. Tomorrow a little better, about 50%, but it's still a possibility, particularly later this afternoon and into this evening, so be aware. I'd stick an umbrella in the car if I were you. Snow showers, some of them very heavy, 1 to 2 feet of snow over parts of Colorado. They have winter storm watches and advisories from Colorado into Wyoming and Montana, back over the Dakotas and on into Wisconsin. They're going to see some very heavy snows as this major winter storm continues to plow very slowly. It's going to tap into the Gulf and bring a lot of moisture up so that they will see quite a bit of snow overnight, and another Pacific storm is hitting it, not as strong as this one, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. In the meantime, the east is looking pretty good with lots of sunshine in place. National radar showers in the form of snow will probably clear out later today. This is very light snow that they're finding now. The southeast is indeed going to be a sunny one there. Showers in northeast Texas right now, a bit of shower activity. Looks like a little south of Abilene and into the Panhandle, getting a shower or two. Most of the severe weather will be to our north today. The real chance for any severe weather starts about extreme northern Texas on up through Oklahoma and into Kansas. A moderate chance for some severe thunderstorms does run down to about Lufkin and into the Austin area, but we just have a chance for a scattered thunderstorm here and there. It doesn't look like it will be anything too severe for us because the real energy with that storm system is with that low pressure, and that's to our north, so that's good news. Today's highs look like this: 73 here in Houston, 72 Galveston, Corpus Christi 76, 72 for Austin and San Antonio, 70 in Dallas and Wichita Falls. A little cooler, but not much as we move toward the Panhandle, 59 in Amarillo. Notice, though, as the cold front comes through, tonight's lows will be significantly different. 48 in Abilene, 36 in Midland and El Paso. On the other side of the front, where it's warmer, it will be in the 60s generally for lows tonight. Galveston Bay has a small craft advisory in effect with choppy to rough waters. Wind southeast 15 to 20 knots, beach water 60 degrees. A little further out, small craft advisories also with 5 to 7 foot seas and a 20-knot wind out of the southeast. The next 3 days then, including today, of course, cloudy skies, temperature of 73, a 30% chance of showers. I look for that particularly late this afternoon and this evening, if at all. Tomorrow, 50% chance of rain, and it remains fairly mild. Should be out of here by Thursday.
Okay, I'm seeing just about enough rain. I still have a lake in my backyard.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, come on over and take a swim. It's 14 after 7 coming up. Jury selection begins in the trial of former Reagan aide John Poindexter, and the Space Shuttle Discovery begins her preparation for an April launch day.
I know the loneliness and the despair that you're in. I know the misery, the suffering, and where you've been. I was there. I'm not there today. You don't ever have to live that way ever again. You can't do it alone. Call me. 933-1111.
Wanna give yourself a treat? You wanna taste the can't be beat? Have a little sunshine. Have a bunch, you can have it all. You have no cholesterol. Have a little sunshine. Just about every cookie and cracker Sunshine makes has absolutely no cholesterol. Now what could be better than sunshine? Have a little sunshine. Have a little sunshine. Have a little sunshine.
Shakespeare from Julius Caesar. Passion, I see, is catching. I sure hope so.
Elizabeth Taylor's Passion. And now, Lilac Cascade, your gift with any purchase from the Elizabeth Taylor's Passion collection. Available at Dillard's.
Broadway's Best, A Chorus Line, comes to the Music Hall March 6th through the 18th in a dazzling all-new production from theater under the stars. Tickets for A Chorus Line on sale at Ticketron.
The Space Shuttle Discovery is now being fitted with an external fuel tank and 2 solid rocket boosters. The Discovery was rolled from its hangar today to the nearby vehicle assembly building where the fitting will take place. NASA now turns its attention to an April 12th launch date for Discovery following the successful Atlantis mission that ended Sunday. Discovery will put the $1.5 billion Hubble Space Telescope into orbit. Once in operation, the telescope's 94-inch mirror will enable astronomers to gaze 7 times deeper into space with 10 times more clarity than is possible with earthbound instruments. Jury selection is set to continue within the hour at the Iran-Contra trial of former National Security Advisor John Poindexter. Potential jurors were questioned yesterday by the judge, then the prosecution and defense. Out of the pool of more than 200 possible jurors, 27 people have been questioned so far, with 21 of them judged qualified for jury service. A final jury selection will be made at a later date. Poindexter is charged with making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional inquiry stemming from the Iran-Contra investigation. Poindexter claims he was acting on behalf of the former president, Reagan, a charge Mr. Reagan denies. The White House is playing down reports about an imminent release of American hostages held in Lebanon. Spokesperson Marlon Fitzwater told reporters that the Bush administration is ready and eager to talk with Iran about the hostages, but insists there are no current talks underway and that there will be no deals. The current speculation concerning possible hostage releases centers on an unofficial Iranian delegation visit to Beirut and Damascus Sunday. Some believe the delegation discussed the plight of the 18 Western hostages. There are reports this morning of a coup underway in the Afghanistan city of Kabul. Soviet Foreign Ministry spokesman Gennady Gerasimov said that he has received word of fighting at the Kabul airport. Gerasimov said the situation is still unclear and that it might be a coup attempt. He also said it's too early to say what action the Soviet Union might take in the event the pro-Soviet government is overthrown. Soviet troops pulled out of Afghanistan a little over a year ago after waging a 10-year war against the Afghanistan rebels. Well, we come back home now for one final look at the morning traffic. Here's Don.
All right, Tom. Highway 6 just north of Patterson. A minor accident just reported. Blaylock at Campbell. We have signal problems, stop-and-go conditions there. And still clearing a major accident, Alameda, just south of the South Loop. An overturned vehicle involved in that. And then the North Freeway or Pierce Elevated southbound at Maine, right 2 lanes blocked with debris. Also, the East Freeway inbound at the Loop, still a little slow from a major accident now off to the side. And the Washburn tunnels closed 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., putting new cameras inside the tunnel, and that'll go on to March 17th. That's it from Traffic Central. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow, Tom.
Thank you, Don. Houston police are searching for a man wanted in connection with 2 counts of sexual assault, aggravated robbery, and auto theft. Dave Ward has more in this week's Crime Stoppers report.
Houston mother and her teenage daughter were the victims of this vicious crime, and the suspect is still at large. It was back on Tuesday, January 9th of this year, when the two pulled into a bank parking lot in the 300 block of Greens Road. The daughter got out and walked to an automatic teller machine to make a withdrawal. On her way back to the car, a man with a gun walked up. Get in the car. The gunman made them drive a short distance where they stopped and picked up another man. He was driven to an apartment complex on Belmar Road where he got out. The gunman then had the women drive to an abandoned building on Rankin Road. He forced them inside the building, robbed them of their jewelry, their money, and their clothing, sexually assaulted both women, and then fled in their car, which was found abandoned a short time later. The gunman, suspect number 1, is described as a black male, age unknown, 5 feet 10 to 6 feet tall, weighing around 150 to 160 pounds. The second suspect described only as a black male. Crime Stoppers will pay a $1,000 cash reward this week for information leading to the arrest and charging of the men involved in this aggravated robbery, sexual assault, and auto theft. Call Crime Stoppers at 222-TIPS. Your identity will remain anonymous. Crime Stoppers also pays cash rewards for information leading to the solution of any felony crime. Call Crime Stoppers at 222-TIPS.
It's 20 minutes after the hour. Andre Ware remains a Cougar for the time being, and the Rockets ride a Keene to a big road win. Bob Allen returns with sports.
Broadway's Best, A Chorus Line, comes to the Music Hall March 6th through the 18th in a dazzling all-new production from theater under the stars. Tickets for A Chorus Line on sale at Ticketron.
At Gallery Furniture, we offer you a higher style for your lifestyle at lower furniture prices.
like this beautiful solid cherry dining room tables and chairs. Come to Gallery Furniture, folks. You'll find top quality furniture, name brands you can trust. You'll find discount prices. Gallery Furniture sells for less, and you'll find an incredible selection. Gallery Furniture, 6006 I-45 North Twin Temple Parker will save you money.
Gallery Furniture, 694-5570.
In all the world, there's only one way to travel, the Uniglobe way. Uniglobe does more to make your vacation enjoyable and affordable.
I got you an ocean view room at a great rate.
Call now and sail Carnival, the most popular cruise line in the world. 7 sun-drenched days on the Caribbean from only $10.75, including airfare.
One world, one travel agent, one call. Uniglobe.
The Rockets slap the Spurs, and the Cougs keep on rolling in the Southwest Conference. Bob Allen has this morning's sports.
Morning, I'm Bob Allen. If you didn't see the Rockets game last night, you missed a good one. The Rockets beat the San Antonio Spurs 109-105. The Rockets entered the fourth period down by 10. Then it was Akeem's turn, making it 90-84 Spurs. And then Akeem is going to take the little jump hook right there, and it's 95-92 Spurs. Down at the other end, David Robinson finishing the night with 29 points, slammed it home there, 97-94 Spurs. And Akeem puts the Rockets ahead, 105-103. Then Akeem will keep the Rockets ahead, 107-105. And then down at the other end, Akeem blocks with 23 seconds left, saving the game. 109-105 is the final. Akeem, 37 points, 14 rebounds on the night. Spurs lose only their 5th home game of the year as the Rockets have a big win last night. On the NBA scoreboard last night, New Jersey over Sacramento, 128-111. Philly knocks off the Clippers. And Miami upsetting Utah in a buzzer beater. University of Houston and the University of Texas squared off at Hofheinz Pavilion last night in the final regular season Southwest Conference game, and a good one it was. We'll pick it up with the game tied at 65, just under 7 minutes left. Byron Smith with the steal. He'll put it up for the three-pointer for the Cougars. Very next play, more defense will lead to the Upchurch Jam and a 5-point lead for the University of Houston as Upchurch stuffs it home. But Texas rallies. The three-point bomb by Lance Blanks ties it at 70. Play of the game, 31 seconds left. Houston ahead by 1. Derek Daniels picks up the loose ball, goes all the way to seal it. Houston never trailed again and heads to the Southwest Conference, riding an 11-game winning streak.
At least we know we're locked into the NCAA tournament now, so we can go to the Southwest Conference tournament and just relax and play basketball.
The crowd definitely played a big part in the nice game. They gave us that boost at the end, and they just helped us out a lot.
On the AP college basketball poll, Oklahoma jumped from 7th to 1st in the poll. The Sooners are followed by Kansas, Nevada, Las Vegas, Syracuse, and Georgetown. Missouri is 6th, followed by Michigan State, Connecticut, Arkansas is 9, Purdue 10, LSU 16. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office reported that an autopsy was performed on Loyola Marymount basketball star Hank Gathers yesterday, but deferred announcing the cause of death pending toxicological and tissue tests. The coroner says the results will not be ready for at least a week. Gathers was the 11th leading scorer in NCAA history, collapsed Sunday during the semifinals of the West Coast Conference Tournament and died at a hospital 2 hours later. He was 23 years old. His teammates at Loyola Marymount are mourning his passing.
As a player and as a person. He was the leader of our team. He was the fiber of what we are.
Our family, our team is going to miss him a lot, and our hearts will always be with him.
The University of Houston football team opened spring workouts yesterday with a heavy media contingent there to see if Heisman Trophy winner Andre Ware would indeed suit up and be there. He was, although he was a little late in arriving after getting an insurance matter straightened out. Ware has until March 22nd to decide if he will enter the NFL draft, and he said after practice that he's still undecided.
People that wish they could be in the same position. I'm not going to make a bad decision whether I stay or go, so it's a good position to be in, I feel.
You have to keep telling yourself that at times?
Oh yeah, it gets hard sometimes late at night, and I keep reminding myself that it is a good position to be in, and I'm blessed to be in this position, and I have to look at it from that standpoint.
No formal meetings in the baseball lockout yesterday, although Deputy Commissioner Steve Greenberg did meet with both sides separately for about 2 hours. Both sides could meet today and bargain again, with both sides saying the players will have to be in camp by Monday in order for the season to start on time. And I bet you they are. We'll let you know what happens later on today on Eyewitness Sports at 5, 6, and 10. Until then, have a good day. I'm Bob Allen.
Thanks, Bob. It's almost 26 after 7. Coming up, a look at our top story, and fishing fun returns to the George R. Brown Convention Center.
Imagine life from your carpet's point of view.
Gross. Thanks a lot, champ.
Keep your carpet happy with floor care products from Target. Like this Hoover Elite Upright Vacuum Cleaner. It's got a 5-piece toolkit for all those hard-to-reach places. And it's Target priced at just $89.99.
Did anybody remember to walk the dog?
Oh, no.
Target, right on the money.
Finally, good news to start the morning. Weight Watchers' new breakfasts, like yummy buttermilk pancakes, plain with savory links or fruit toppings. Weight Watchers 13 breakfasts. Now that's the morning news.
Lowest prices every day. Worth or Dudley softballs, $3.99. Academy for Performance.
Having one cat can certainly be a lot of fun. 2 or 3 cats can be even more fun. Unfortunately, having this much fun has one serious drawback: the cat box. With more than one cat, you need new Tidy Cat MC Multiple Cat Formula. Specially formulated for the extra moisture and odor problems of homes with more than one cat.
Look for my new Tidy Cat MC in the bright blue bag. Because when it comes to cats, the more the merrier. Right, guys?
Recapping one of this morning's top stories, the Texas Rangers are investigating the shooting death of a top Texas racing official and his family. 41-year-old David Yost, his wife, and 2 children were found shot to death in their home south of Austin. Authorities will not speculate if the killings are a murder-suicide or a quadruple murder. An autopsy is scheduled on the bodies in just about an hour and a half from now. Anglers of all kinds will be gathering this week down at the George R. Brown Convention Center for the 15th annual fishing show. The show opens today and runs through Sunday, featuring a multitude of fishing guides, gear, and boats. We'll have a complete look at the 1990 fishing show this evening on Live at 5. Eyewitness News at 6, and Don Nelson is salivating over here. Finally, researchers have determined that cheating appears to be on the rise among college students. Studies at Harvard University and Cambridge, Massachusetts indicate about 20 to 30% of students cheat. Some copy from classmates' work, others plagiarize term papers or use crib notes during exams. Researchers believe the rise in cheating may be a sign of today's make-it mentality. And this is the final note. A San Antonio woman is looking for repayment of a loan, about $105 billion worth once interest is factored in. Carolyn Corkerham is an ancestor of Jacob DeHaven. He lent George Washington $450,000 worth of gold and supplies in 1777 to fund the Revolutionary War. Over the many, many years, 200 or so, the government has attempted to repay the loan several times, but Ms. Corcoran says it's kind of like the checks in the mail. George Washington may not have been able to tell a lie. You just didn't want to lend him money. Now, one more look at the weather this morning.
Our family had the same problem with Robert Morris. Yeah, the great financier. It's true. It's true. That's where all of our money went, to the Revolutionary War. Here's the way your weather's going to go. Look for cloudy skies today and on Wednesday. 30% chance of rain this afternoon, 50% tomorrow. Mild temperatures in the 70s.
Okay. Thanks, Frank. John?
Well, the before and after, one of the most common surgeries performed on a woman, hysterectomy, and also foot care. Now that the boots are off, the rodeo's over, we'll talk to a podiatrist of why your feet hurt. This morning at 9 on Good Morning Houston.
And about that fishing show and your credit card.
Did you see my name on one of those? I was looking real closely.
Leave home without it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoy your Tuesday.